Hello and welcome to Watching Watches. As always, I'm building this channel, so please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I've heard cases in the past of manufacturers using mineral, but saying it's sapphire crystal. This video will show you how to differentiate between the two. I'll be trying 3 different methods, and the first 2 you don't even need tools for. Let's get into it. As many of you are aware, mineral glass and sapphire glass are the 2 main types of glass used in watches. Mineral is cheaper and it scratches easier, but it doesn't shatter as readily as sapphire. So it did have a place in diving watches. If the diver was to hit their watch on a rock, the mineral glass would be less likely to shatter. Sapphire is slightly more expensive, but it is very difficult to scratch. You'll usually find sapphire on many micro brands, Japanese watches over say $400 or $500, and almost all luxury watches. There are plenty of tests that can be done to check the properties of the glass, including density, refractive index, or hardness, but I'm only focusing on the tests that you can do within your home. Some of these tests include, if you had the 2 separate crystals there, you could look at the different colors. Sapphire is sometimes pink or milky white color, and mineral glass often has a blue color to it. The touch and the feel of the glass. Sapphire glass feels colder than mineral. The first test that I'm going to try here today is the flick test. Apparently mineral glass has a higher pitch to it, whereas sapphire has a deeper, more solid tone. The watch, as you can see on the screen, this is a cheap Casio. That's definitely a mineral crystal. Timex Expedition, again, mineral. Seiko SKX has a hardlex crystal, which is a mineral that scratches slightly less than regular mineral crystal. And now onto the 3 sapphire watches. First of all, we've got the Hemel, Pagani design Daytona, and my Seiko Sportura. So the 3 on the left are mineral, the 3 on the right are sapphire. So I'll just grab one of these, see if you can hear that. Compare it to this. We'll try that again. Try the Casio mineral. Now I can actually hear, I didn't hear it before, but I can now. I can hear that the mineral crystals do sound a bit more tinny, a bit higher pitched than the Hemel and the Pagani with the sapphire. I'm not sure I'd rely on that too much, but I definitely did notice it then. The second method I'll show you just uses a drop of water, and it relies on the surface tension of the water. Sapphire is very smooth and the water does not adhere strongly to it. So that's why you see the water sort of clusters and forms a drop shape on the surface of the sapphire crystal. On the mineral, the water adheres more strongly to the crystal than itself. So you don't get that nice droplet forming on the crystal. So let me show you what I mean by that. I just have a dropper here just to dispense the water. And I'm just putting 1 drop of water on the surface of each crystal. So I'll show you the Seiko first because I'm holding it. It's formed a nice little droplet on the top of the crystal. I can put that one down. The Casio definitely not so much. That's run all over the place. Onto the Timex. That's quite flat as well. Now the Seiko has been unexpected. This is a mineral, and it's not actually doing what I thought it would. See a few taps and I can get it to spread out. But initially it was definitely forming a nice droplet. The Hemel sapphire, and that's a nice drop there. And the Pagani is another nice drop. So I might just try this again. I've got space on the Timex. I'm going for around the 1 o'clock position on each watch. See, the Timex is very flat there, so that's as expected for a mineral. And the Seiko again is not behaving how I thought it would, but I know that there's a mineral in this Seiko. And just to show you again on the Hemel, around the 1 o'clock position is that second drop. It's a nice droplet shape there. So in general, that test does work. It's obviously not 100% accurate, as the SKX was forming nice droplets even though it's a mineral crystal. You can use this test as a guide along with the flick test, and it might give you an indication as to whether it's mineral or sapphire, but I wouldn't be 100% convinced either way. So I've just paused the video and cleaned all the watch surfaces to get ready for the next test. This uses a thermal conductivity tester. I'm using the Diamond Selector II. They're about $10 on AliExpress, and I'll leave a link in the comments. In short, it relies on the rate at which heat is conducted away from the tip of the conductivity tester. Sapphire is used as a heatsink for some application with magnets, and it actually has a very good thermal conductivity. The mineral crystal is not at all good at absorbing heat, and therefore it responds poorly using the Diamond Selector II. This equipment was initially designed to differentiate between diamonds and cubic zirconia. So I can just show you on the instructions here, showing how to hold it, and the charts show the temperature differences and the stone size and things like that. But it also works with watch crystals. So I'll give this a go on each of the 6 crystals I have here. I'll just set it to 4, and what happens is with the mineral crystal, it might not light up at all, or I might get 1 light. With the sapphire crystal, I'd expect at least perhaps 3 to 4 lights. And this is a pretty conclusive test. So I'll start from the left and move to the right. So the first 3 are mineral, the next 3 are sapphire. You can see there just 1 extra light, so that's a mineral crystal as expected. Again, just the 1 light shows a mineral. Now the Seiko did give some properties of a sapphire crystal in terms of that droplet shape, but with this more conclusive test, I'm expecting it to only light up 1 or so bars, as it is definitely mineral. So there we go, no bars at all, so that's a mineral crystal. Onto the other side, the 3 sapphire. 3 bars there. So that's a sapphire in the Hemel. Three bars in the Pagani, and the last one, the Seiko. 3 from the Seiko Sporter as well. Now, I've read that if the surface is dirty, or if there's lots of micro scratches on the surface, or if there's an AR coating on the exterior surface of the watch, then some of these tests might not work. But definitely the thermal conductivity test worked for me, and to an extent that water droplet test. So you can do that at home with no tools at all. So I think that's a really good one to get a good indication of what type of crystal is in your watch. I hope you found this video interesting. If you know any other methods to test for the different crystals used in a watch, please let me know. So in conclusion, guys, if the watch sounds like mineral and it doesn't make a nice water droplet on the surface, it's almost 100% not going to be sapphire. If you have a reason to believe it's mineral, but it makes a nice droplet on the surface, the test is inconclusive. It could be a mineral like Seiko Hardlex, and you'd need something like the diamond tester to be certain. I'll leave a link in the description. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe and like the video. I'd really appreciate it. And finally, have a great day.